everyone, it's Elizabeth Wainer, and I am here to respond about the Laura May play that we were reading this week. So, number one, something I found interesting about this play was how different everyone's reactions were to the murder. On one side you had people saying how he deserved it, which obviously wasn't the case, but for some people they could have been raised that way and it could have been justified for them. Some people were indifferent about what happened, and some people felt very sympathetic towards him and thought that what happened to him was wrong. Which leads me into my next question, number two. Two qualities that were shown throughout the play. I would say ignorance, because obviously people in this town aren't familiarized with the LGBTQ community and thought poorly of them for no reason. So I think that that definitely played a huge role, and obviously a life could have been saved in this play if it weren't for ignorance. And also, on the other hand, on the good note, there were also people who are very sympathetic, and empathetic would be my next term, just because they were really kind towards the situation and wish it wouldn't have happened. So I think both of those two battled it out, and they pretty much took over the play. Something about the play that I didn't understand was how religion played a part. I personally was raised as a Jewish woman, so it was, and if you don't know anything about the Jewish culture, it's a very accepting community, definitely because we've been scrutinized in the past as well as a community. So hearing about what mainly a town like Laura May had to say, and particularly Mormons, and their thoughts about the LGBTQ community was very difficult for me to hear and very difficult for me to comprehend, because I was never familiar with that growing up. Number four, yes, tolerance and acceptance are two very different things. You can tolerate someone, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you accept them. For example, in the play, people tolerated this man's presence. However, if you accepted someone, you wouldn't have accepted the fact that he was killed, and some people were okay with the fact that he was hurt, and that's just wrong. Three characteristics for number five that were different than Intimate Apparel were the interviews obviously were very different and not the same as an Intimate Apparel. Obviously, there was a lot more people involved in this play than Intimate Apparel as well. Many more people were interviewed and spoken about. And third, in this one, you find out right away what happens, and usually in most plays, the plot thickens with time. So that was very different than most, especially Intimate Apparel. And for my question, I would say, do you think what happened in this town was a hate crime or just a fear crime driven by ignorance? Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a great night, and happy Monday.